G'day guys, Glenn here from jazzpianolessons.tv, and today we're going to be looking at what are inversions and voicings. What are they and how do we use them? Alright, let's get into it. Okay, so inversions, so far in our lessons all we've done really is use the root position notes for the chords. Now, that sounds nice, quite helpful. I like it. I'm not. I don't think that sounds terrible, but there is a better way to play it and a better sounding way. One, it's easier on the fingers, and two, it sounds better. However, there is a little bit of thinking that goes on to be able to play inversions and voicings. What are they? Well, here is an inversion and voicings are basically where we have the chord and we're just kind of changing the order around. Here's our C major 7. If I want to change this inversion, if I want to go to first inversion, what I do is I basically just take this, the 1, and I just put it up here. Same note, all the same notes, right? So we've got, there's our C major 7 when it was like that in root position. First inversion is where the C comes up to the top. Same notes. Nothing really has changed, but the order of the notes, you know, where they are, I mean obviously it sounds different, but it's still a C major 7 chord. We haven't changed it into a C minor, we haven't changed it into a G chord, it's still a C major 7 chord. It's just in a different position. Okay, that's first inversion. Second inversion is where you'll put the E up the top, and then third inversion is where you'll put the G at the top and the B is down the bottom. So it'll be up there, something like that. They're the inversions, right? They're the standard inversions. But voicings is where you just go a little bit further and you're changing things around a little bit more. If we go back to our C major 7 in root position, again, if we take, what we're going to do is we're going to have two hands now. So I'm going to use the orange as our right hand, okay? So the orange here is for the right hand, and this greeny looking kind of lime colour, I suppose it is going to be our left hand. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to replace this C here with our left hand, and I'm going to put it down the octave. Okay, so I've still got C, E, G, B. That'll sound like this instead of like this or like that, right? Okay, that's different. I guess that's a voicing in itself, right? I'm going to also take away this G, and I'm going to put it down here. So now I've got 1 and 5 in my left hand, and I've got the 3 and the 7th. A very different sound. So here's very different sound. I'm sure you can hear that quite well. Now I could change this. That's called an axis for 7. We're going to look a bit more into those as well. If I can change that here, I've got a different voicing as well, right? And so basically what I'm doing is I'm changing around as many different things as possible, and I can have as many different voicings that I like. As long as those notes are there, there's a different voicing as well. Okay, I really should have the B in there, shouldn't I? Let's put the B up here, and that's an open voicing there. So I'm just trying to show you a few examples. Now what I want you to do to practice that is basically, at this stage I'm going to show you, in the next few lessons, I'm going to show you 3 specific voicings that go together. So it's really 6 voicings, but kind of 2 variations on 3 voicings each. So an A and B voicing in the next lesson, then the open and closed voicing in the one after that, and the axis of the third and 7th voicing in the lesson after that. These are one-handed and two-handed voicings, and hopefully you'll like the sound of those. And but for today, what I want you to do is basically just pick a couple of chords and just try and muck around with them. So for example, you might want to pick C to F, major 7, both major 7s, and just see how many ways can you play it. Now we've been looking at My Romance a little bit. Let's start with My Romance as the melody, but just those first 3 notes is what I mean. And then we're going to kind of just improvise on that. Not worry too much. We're just going to play lots of white notes because we're playing the 1 and the 4 chord in C major. So I'm going to play lots of white notes, and I'm just going to play different versions of C chord and F chord, as many as I can kind of think of. Now, pretty much, if I play white notes, it's not going to sound too tragic. Okay, if I was playing, A flat, and I was doing exactly the same sort of thing. Right, same. That's the the start. As long as I was playing the notes of A flat, I'm not gonna. It's not going to go too bad. But we're using this example in C major to start with. 3, 4, 2, 3, 4. 3, 4, 2, 3, 4. Now you could go on for an hour just playing C chord, going to F chord, and just experimenting and having lots of fun. Now at the end of that hour, if you did that for an hour, by the end of that you would know a whole bunch about C and you'd know a whole bunch about F. Now whether you know what those voicings are called or not really probably doesn't matter. The fact is you can play it, and that's the important thing. And at the end of the day, we want to learn so that we can sound good when we sit down and play the piano. Hopefully that helps you. Let me know. Subscribe if you like these videos, and also just leave a comment, and if you've got any questions, I'll try and answer them the best I can. Alright, have a great day.